Alright fans, to close out the first hour tonight, our first ladies division match, and it's a ladies tag team match into the bargain, as Kaden Carter and Katana Chance get set to face Titania, Tatiana, and Showbiz.
Bet. Another first-time encounter between these teams, and I'm there for it.
This next tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the team of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance.
Well, while their win-loss record may not be what one might call prosperous, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance have settled into their role here in RWL's Ladies Tag Division, and they have taken on quite a few opponents.
Quite a few opponents with varying degrees of success. Tonight, it's Titania and Showbiz, and well, I don't know, they might be in over their skis on this one.
They're so petite, the both of them. And that Titania's a monster. Showbiz has a pretty decent size advantage, too. Kaden and Katana better be fast in this one, because once Titania gets a grip on you, it's usually a rough ending.
Their opponents from West Hollywood, California, the Golden Goddess, Tatiana, and from San Francisco, California, Showbiz.
Well, ever since Titania Tatiana took on Showbiz as her personal disciple, the relationship has been thick and symbiotic, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. The groveling Showbiz, constantly at the beck and call of her master Titania, and it is a sick relationship between these two, a symbiotic, codependent nightmare.
Oh, that's true, but in the loyalty department, Showbiz can't be beat. I mean, she is as loyal as you can be to Titania.
Okay, but you cannot expect devotion to be a virtue when someone is willing to do wrong for someone else.
I never said it was right, I never said it was moral. I just said she was loyal, Don. That's it.
Still in all, it's a first-time match between these two teams, and Kaden and Katana could give Titania and Showbiz a little workout.
That's entirely possible. I factored that into this tonight.
Alright, it's going to be Katana Chance and Showbiz initiating contact in this ladies tag matchup to wrap up the first hour of tonight's season premiere of RWL Rage. There's your bell, and here we go. Katana Chance with a series of hard rights to Showbiz, follows it up with a kick, and what a sweep. Down went Showbiz. Another series of hard shots and another sweep, taking Showbiz down to the canvas a second time. Katana Chance off the middle rope cross-body splash to Showbiz. Showbiz in some trouble here. Katana Chance surprising all of us with this performance. Showbiz whipped to the opposing team's corner. Katana Chance with a kick to the leg of Showbiz. A shot puts her back in the corner. Here comes Katana Chance on the tag, and there's a tag team punch as Kaden Carter gets caught from behind by Showbiz, whipped to the ropes, ducks under, and a back body drop to Kaden Carter. Showbiz finally picking things up here, gets a hold of Kaden Carter, belly to belly suplex. Showbiz deceptively strong. What a throat chop. As I just pointed out her strength. What a throat chop to Kaden Carter. A double axe handle off the top turnbuckle. And here comes Titania Tatiana. As if Kaden Carter didn't have problems enough. Titania escorting Kaden Carter to the far right corner. And a blatant choke. A two-handed strangle of Kaden Carter by Titania Tatiana. Kaden counters and escapes the corner. There's a kick to the midsection to Titania. Kaden Carter takes her for a little walk and an arm drag off the top rope. Beautifully done by Kaden Carter. Titania slammed back to the canvas head first. Titania catches a facebuster from Kaden Carter. Kaden Carter moving in most aggressively on the usually dominant Titania. Here's a kick to the back of Tatiana as Kaden Carter tags in Katana Chance. Titania on the outside and through the ropes. Kaden Carter transforming herself into a human missile. There's another facebuster on the outside for Titania. Titania with a spinning heel kick, taking Katana Chance down. Katana up over the shoulders. There's the Samoan drop from Titania. Tatiana rounds up Katana Chance. Has her up over the shoulder. Dominator style slam from Titania. Whoa! What a savage boot to the face for Titania. Well now, Tatiana pitches Katana Chance towards the timekeeper's area. Looks like Showbiz gonna do her part here. Katana Chance trying to grapple Showbiz, but all in vain. Titania going after Kaden Carter. A low shot to the leg. That was brilliant on the part of Katana Chance. Titania in the corner. Here comes Kaden Carter on the tag. There's a tag team punch to Titania. Titania locked up by Kaden Carter. Whipped to the ropes. Another shot to the knee. Here's another cover and a hook of the leg. One, but only a one. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance showing some foresight here, trying to take out the legs from under Tatiana. Kaden Carter countered by Titania. Titania whips her to her team's corner. Showbiz looking on intently. Kaden Carter pitched out towards center ring. Titania up on the middle ropes. She's calling for it. There's the diving headbutt. And Kaden Carter is left laid out center as Showbiz comes in. Showbiz with a clubbing overhand right. Gets a hold of Showbiz. Escorts her to the far right corner. Head first into the turnbuckle she goes. Kaden Carter counters with an elbow. Gets a hold of Showbiz. Whips her to her team's corner. A hard right from Kaden Carter. Now yanking the arm of Showbiz against the ropes. Kaden Carter moves back in again. Drapes the leg over the rope, delivers the kick to the calf. And Showbiz looking like she's having some problems here. Rolled up and a kick right to the face. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. Getting closer. A 2 count for Kaden Carter. An elbow right to the top of the skull of Showbiz. Showbiz locked up by Kaden Carter. Here's a kick to the midsection. She winds up the arm, takes her for a walk again. And here comes another top rope arm drag from Kaden Carter as Showbiz goes for the ride again. Showbiz desperate to get out of here. Here comes Tatiana as Kaden Carter does some showing up. Whoa. Now, did you see that? Kaden Carter again working on the legs of Tatiana. Goes behind on her. Inverted DDT. Nicely done. Titania. Whoa! Kaden Carter taking out the 2 of them. Now that was impressive. Kaden Carter going through the ropes and knocking down both opponents. Now slamming the face of Titania into the floor as the referee counts. There's a kick to the midsection to Showbiz. Showbiz up in the powerbomb position and driven into the barricade by Kaden Carter, who makes her way back inside the ring. Tatiana following suit here. They lock up. Kaden Carter whips Titania to the ropes. Makes the duck under. Makes the leapfrog. And here we go. Winds her up. And what a spinning neckbreaker to Titania. Kaden Carter gathers her up again. Titania counters the whip. Goes behind on Kaden Carter. Brain squeeze. Titania crushing the head of Caden Carter. Blocking the flow of blood to the brain. Here's a cover. One. But again, Caden Carter. Look at this, a cheap shot from Katana Chance. Here's a kick to the midsection from Caden Carter, who winds up the arm again. She's going for another arm drag off the top rope. And there we go. Gotta admit, I haven't seen Tatiana get this roughed up for quite some time. Here comes Showbiz on the tag. Caden Carter and Showbiz both miss their move. Showbiz goes behind. Stretching. Oh, a headbutt right between the shoulder blades of Caden Carter. Caden whipped to the ropes. Showbiz makes the duck under, and there's an elbow right to the face of Caden Carter. Showbiz rebounds, and there's a diving headbutt. Caden Carter catching some hell here. Whip to the opposing team's corner. Here comes Tatiana. Pitch face first into the boot of Titania as she comes in and takes over for her team. Titania with a diving headbutt to the lower abdomen of Caden Carter. And she is desperate to get the Katana Chance. She makes it. Here comes Katana. Titania gets a hold of her big time. Belly to belly suplex. Misses with the driving knee though. Katana Chance with a kick to the midsection. A beautiful head scissors and slam face first into the mat by Katana Chance. Katana with a kick. Does it again. That was absolutely beautiful. Katana Chance firmly in control of Tatiana, and that hardly ever happens. Here's another tag to Caden Carter. Another tag team punch to the ribs for Titania. Caden Carter whips her out onto the apron, tags her with a right, and out to the floor she goes. Caden Carter turning her attention to Showbiz. Gets a hold of Showbiz, tags her with a right. There's a standing drop kick as Titania makes her way back inside the ring. Caden Carter doesn't see her coming. Gets a hold of her. Oh, she was going to go for the spike, but no. Caden Carter puts a stop to that, slams her face first into the canvas, and here's a cover. But Showbiz right there to break up the pin as Caden Carter has to go back to work, and she has got Tatiana in trouble. Katana Chance moves in, charges, catches a jawbreaker from Titania. Titania gets a hold of Katana. Katana catches a headbutt. And Tatiana making her way up to the middle rope. Fails to connect with the diving headbutt. Katana Chance with the hard Irish whip to the ropes. Katana has the brakes put on her and catches a stomp to the abdomen and is dragged halfway across the ring by her ankle by Titania. Here comes Showbiz again. What a match we've had so far. Beautiful Hurricane Rana from Katana Chance, who locks up Showbiz. Showbiz whipped to the opposing team's corner. Katana Chance has her up, scoop slams her. Undeniable power from Katana Chance. Here we go. Oh, what a beautiful moonsault off the top rope from Katana Chance. And she's ambitious. She's going to try it a second time. Look at this. Here we go again. A beautiful spinning splash. Here's a cover one. But Titania right there to break it up again. Katana Chance tags in Caden Carter. Showbiz on the receiving end of the bad business here as Caden Carter takes over for her team. Winds up the legs. What a leg snap into a submission here. Showbiz can't make it to the ropes. Caden Carter releasing the hold to gather Showbiz up again. Gets a firm grip on her. Whips her to her team's corner. Caden Carter winds up the arm. Takes a quick run for herself and another beautiful arm drag off the ropes. Here's a cover from Caden Carter. 1, 2, 3. I don't believe it. That is it. Caden Carter and Katana Chance picking up an upset win here.
11 minutes and 21 seconds. Your winners, Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
I don't believe it. Caden and Katana actually get the pinfall on Showbiz to get this surprise win. Fans, that's a wrap for the first half. The second half, with all that entails, is on its way right after the